Hi friends, Starry, and here's a question for you. Do you think you could survive in the wilderness? And okay, we're not going to go to the extreme right now, but what about just surviving and sustaining in a wilderness cabin? Going back in time when there wasn't much of anything, and you really had to use this and the muscle to sustain. Well, I am up here in a wilderness cabin, and I just wanted to get you friends thinking a little bit about your own sustainability and your preparedness, because this is an awesome place to actually think about those type of things, and if you really are prepared. And I'm not saying you got to go out in the wilderness and you know do survival like that, but really think about your living situation right now and reevaluate. How dependent are you on your electricity? How dependent are you on your freezers, your little gadgets? When you want to look something up and you need to learn something new, do you immediately go to the computer? Do you Google it? Do you Bing it? Do you have resources like books that you're collecting just in case? You know, these are questions. You know, the freezer, I've said this before, if the freezer goes out, do you have a sustainable pantry? You know, you look at these cabins, and this is how people used to live. Well, let's just think about this. Tools. Tools helped man elevate their ability, our ability to sustain, right? It helped us farm. It helped us gather firewood a little bit easier, start a fire, build. Tools, right? Revolutionized a lot of this pioneer life. And this wilderness cabin has the basic tools for survival. And let's just take a look at them. Basic tools for survival out here. Lots of saws. Look at these different saws. And we've got different types of axes. And we got shovels and rakes and a ladder. Let's go inside and see what else we need for basic survival. Now, this is basic survival. And you see, you don't really need much. They got their bunk beds, they have their table, and the hub of everything is obviously the wood stove. The wood stove, because that is going to boil your water, heat your water. It is going to keep you warm. Oh, that's kind of spooky. Keep you warm and basically help you survive. You can see they've got some old-fashioned pails. You know, little things that you don't even think about. Pails, pots and pans. Now this is kind of a bare bones cabin, just simply because it's for campers now, for hikers and campers. But you know, visualize yourself in a place like this and think about what you would need to survive, to sustain out here. A source of wood, a source of water. You would need your tools. What about hunting? There's a lake up here. Having fishing line. Or some ability to, catch fish. Even clothes washing. There's a clothesline over there, right? Washing your clothes by hand, making sure you have a place to dry your clothes. The other interesting point about pioneering life and sustainability is look at what type of structure they built. Everything, obviously logs for the R value of the insulation. You can see how they stack them. And then look at how the windows, during the winter time, they just didn't have these to close them up, but also for heat. And then when summer comes, notice the overhang with the porch area, really important. Even my old homestead, we understood the position of the home with the sun, winter and spring and summer, and having an overhang for that. You know, the sad thing that we are really missing nowadays is the ability to really live like that. And I'm not saying we have to go back to living like that, but we need to teach ourselves and our children these tools of sustainability, the basics. And the basics is what helps us survive. It enriches us. It empowers us. It gives us our freedom and our independence. And what is lacking right now in our world is, believe it or not, our freedom and our independence. Now, we may live in a democratic society and we think we're 100% free, but what's going on in the world is that they are enslaving us with dependence, and they are feeding our children with things that don't matter. They don't want to teach our kids how to sew. They don't want to teach our kids how to build like this. They don't want to teach our kids how to start a fire. And they don't want to teach our kids how to can. So it's up to the parents to do that. It's up to us. So do you have the skills to pass that on to your children? So essentially, it's not only about sustainability and survival. It is about really grabbing hold of our own freedom and independence as our forefathers wanted us and God wanted us to be, and getting back our own human rights, our own right to think and be free and not be enslaved. So, and it starts with that. Perfect example. All right, friends, I got to see where I'm going here. But back on the trail, and I'm glad we stopped here and had a little chat, because this is really important. And we need to wake up and really think about how prepared are you? How sustainable do you think you could be? And maybe you start looking at getting some books, getting some tools, teaching yourself how to can, teaching your kids some skills, how to rent. A lot of good stuff out there that we're losing. All right, God bless.